Where are my shade gardeners at? Hey, it's Heather at Adventures in Gardening, and today is about shade gardening and more specifically about hostas. I am a huge hosta fan. I like to collect hostas. I love the names, I love the colors. They are definitely the jewel of the shade garden. And I'm going to give you a tour and walk you around and show you my collection, which I'm sure there are people out there that have. I know there are people out there that have huge collections, but I love every single hosta. And as I was getting ready for this video, I realized that hostas are a little more than just beautiful shade plants for me. They hold memories because very rarely, I shouldn't say very rarely, I buy hostas. Very rarely do I buy, no, seldom do I buy hostas mail order or just on a whim. No, I like the extraordinary ones, the ones that are not mainstream, not the hosta of the year, although I probably have every hosta of the year. I like to seek out the different and unusual hostas that are out there. So we travel. We go to destination hosta farms or garden centers, and when I say we, either my sister and I or my husband will take me. So hostas, many of the hostas in my gardens hold a space in my memory. I love the fact that I'm like, I remember that day. It was a great day. It was a great day because I found this hosta. So we're gonna walk around. I'm gonna name names, most of the names. If you're a hosta person, I might need your help on a couple of them. I have a favorite. Yes, I do. I will name my favorite, and I have one that I paid the most money for. If you're a hosta person, I want to know what your favorite is, and I want to know what you paid the most for. So let's go walk around and look at some hosta. All right, so we're going to start in the back garden. So this is a shady spot in the back flower garden. This is the regular flower garden over here, and here is the shadier spot. And I call them hosta accessories. I have bleeding heart, which this is a bleeding heart down here. I've got Solomon seal. This area over here is pretty shady, whereas it gets sunnier as we go to the left. So down here is golden tiara, and this is Neptune and coast to coast. And I got these at the Mendon Hosta Farm, the Hosta Farm at Mendon, with my sister, and it was such a wonderful day, and her kids love hosta as much as we do, and it's so much fun picking them out. I will often buy hostas in a grouping and plant them together. I don't think I'm really matching them, but I'm just like, I like contrast. This is Munchkin fire, and you can see the slugs have gotten after Munchkin fire down here. And right next to coast is Atlantis, and this is one that I picked up at our local feed store just last year, and that is a beauty. There's more bleeding heart back here that has gone by. This is Blue Cadet. And Blue Cadet was given to me by my friend Phyllis for my birthday many, many years ago. But I remember her coming to my house with two Blue Cadet. There's the other one right there. That's a great memory. This one right here is the fragrant hosta. I have it in lots of different places. I like the blooms on hostas, and I especially like the fragrant ones. And there is Sum and Substance, which is very popular. I love Sum and Substance. And then my grandmother, those two hosta right there are from her garden. And my grandmother was the kind of person that she always had buckets and shovels in different places in her yard, and she would just divide plants and send you home with plants all the time. Now, there are plants that need to be moved, like this one right here. This is see, it's just in the wrong place. Now why, Heather, why would you plant your hostas too close together? Well, the fact of the matter is I only have today. I'm not promised tomorrow. So I always garden like this. I plant things a little bit closer together than they should be with the intent that, hey, I'll move them someday. So that is my garden philosophy because we have today. That is avocado down here. So I will take avocado and move them to a new space. Just got crowded out by Blue Cadet and that hosta there. And there's a heuchera in the front and a Solomon seal, which I did not plant any of these Solomon seals. They just kind of showed up. I don't think that's a great place for that one. This is a clumping bamboo that I got last year at Logi's. So this is kind of a new plant for me. And the reason that I wanted it here was to, in the winter time, to have something green kind of just prominent as I looked out, because all the leaves are off the trees here in the winter time. Now this area here is new, and these are mail order hostas. And then I don't have the names straight on these. I do have the list of names because my father-in-law, he handed me a hosta catalog and said, pick out what you want, don't hold back. He said that to me. Yeah, he said don't hold back. So I didn't. Maybe next year I can tell you who all of these are. Now this one right here, I did put in, and again, I got this at my local feed store, and it is called Velvet Moon. And it's a beauty. And here is an elderberry that is struggling. And some more hostas that, again, I will name them hopefully next year. And this island right here. Now here's a little story for you that I will not be telling you the whole story, but this little island 2 summers ago got scalped. A truck flew through the backyard and down the hill, and there is a truck-shaped hole in the woods right there. And no, I will not be sharing that whole. It's too soon, still traumatized by that whole thing, but amazing that these hostas actually survived. We've got Fragrant Bouquet right here, and that is August Moon. And let's see, Diamond. You can see that we're a little, probably 2 weeks later than I would have liked to have shown you all the hostas, because we have had some hot days. So this is Shadowland Diamond Lake, and this is a huge one. There's Striptease, and this is one of the ones that got scalped the worst. I'm just happy to have it. I'm glad that it's here because I do like this hosta. This, what is it? Is it pulmonaria, lungwort? My cousin Mary Lou gave me a little tiny piece of this and is happy living under the hostas there. And this is Baby Blue Eyes. This is another one we got at the Menden Hosta Farm. Love that one. My friend Heather looked cool as a cucumber. The slugs have really gotten to that one. It needs to come out of there and get put someplace else, so I will do that. Have some pretty little heuchera. And this is the hosta right here that I've paid the most for. I believe it was $100, and this is first blush. It was when it was new. And this one, you can see, this one got, I had to pick up the pieces. And when it got hit by a truck in my garden. And so anyway, yeah, that's why it's growing like that in several pieces. I just plunked them back in. Oh, underneath here is Tiny Tears. Tiny Tears is a wonderful ground cover hosta, and I have it in a couple places. So now we're going to go down in the lower yard. So this area here, my gardens are constantly changing, and I am fully accepting of that fact. Because this wasn't always how it was. This all used to be all hosta, with the shade from these very large trees overhead, and then I planted elderberries, and the elderberries have kind of pushed everything out. But these elderberries are very valuable to me. They're very important. They do provide good shade for my plants as well, but they come up all over the place. So I move things, no big deal. I've got a beautiful chartreuse bleeding heart in this corner right here. I've got that beautiful little brunnera down there right underneath the humpback whale. What a beauty that is, huh? And then fried bananas has been here for a really long time. And that was another Menden Hosta Farm find. And here's a little Astrantia blooming, which needs to be moved to someplace else. I do have some epimediums in here, and they are past bloom, and some columbine, and I get more sun right here, so there's some carex planted here. I've got some Japanese forest grass growing right there, and underneath the blueberry in the hydrangea. The blueberry bush was just plunked here years ago, and I've left it for the birds. I don't think there's a single yes, there are. There's blueberries right there. That is autumn frost under there, and it seems to be perfectly happy, and it's such a little bright spot between the Japanese forest grass and that autumn frost. So this area has definitely changed. I realized when I was kind of doing an inventory and making sure my labels were all on, and that I remembered the names of things as I was getting ready for this video, and I realized that I am missing some. That's okay. That just means I get to buy some more. There's another golden tiara right there, and the Abiqua drinking gourd is here. I think I'm going to dig that one up, and it doesn't seem to be so happy right here. So I think I'm going to dig it up and divide that one. That is Regal Splendor. That always seems to look good. And in the back is T-Rex. Also not a happy camper right where it is, so I will probably move that. I wanted to show you them before I start moving and finding homes, sorting things out. Down here, this one has never really done too much. It is Andrew. I remember walking into a hosta farm in Hartford and saying, "What's the whitest hosta you have?" And that was what they had given me. I love that. And then I have some liriope and some ginger that's down here that's very, very happy. And sometimes things just show up, like the lamb's ear and the iris. And of course the elderberries just run all over the place. I have some more ginger down here, and that is stained glass. And I believe that is, listen, I don't know. I thought that was bridegroom, but I think maybe this one in the back here might actually be bridegroom. So if anyone has a thought on that, I'd love to hear about it. Now let's talk about the Persicaria. I love this painter's palette, Persicaria. Is it the Variegated Farm? It was in Connecticut. It was an awesome place. I don't know if it's in business any longer. I just think it is so pretty. If you pull it when it is young, it's not a problem. After that, you have to use a shovel to get it out. It's a great filler. It runs all over the place. I'll be perfectly honest. If you are one of those people that you just want to set it and forget it for your garden, this is not the plant for you. Let's see, where were we? Oh, this is, you see there's a big hole right here? There, the stump kind of fell apart. And I think Gypsy Rose used to be down in here, and I do not. It is gone. That is Allegheny Fog. Love, love the colors. I like it does look foggy, doesn't it? And some more pulmonaria. This little beauty back here is Rainbow's End, and that is Guardian Angel. That needs to be moved away from the oak leaf hydrangea. That looks fantastic. I really, really love this garden. I know it might look like mismatched to most people, but I love walking by this garden. The variegated dogwood right here does really well in this dappled shade. It does get some sun early in the day. This little area over here is relatively new. I have yet to get mulch this year, so the mulch is supposed to finish off right in here. So I kind of just did this little curve in my new stone path that I put in going to the hen house. I just moved this stained glass right there. This is Sting. That's new last year. That is Blue Angel, new last year. And this is Francis Williams, new last year. And yep, they probably will outgrow this corner, but like I said before, I have today. I don't know about tomorrow. I'm enjoying the garden right now. This is Lily of the Valley that I transplanted on purpose here. Will I be sorry? Maybe someday. Hellebores. I have a hellebore here and a red one in the back, and this is Dancing Queen. Look at her dance. Want me to sing for you? It's a dancing queen, young and sweet, only 17. Woo. Yeah, okay. That hosta right there, I planted it years and years and years ago. I do not know what hosta that is. It kind of just showed back up. This euonymus, this creepy euonymus, grew over top of it many moons ago. There's epimediums right here. And so I'm going to dig it out and put it someplace that it will be much happier. And this little hosta garden right here, I love to see the hostas here. This is one of those areas that the tree roots have made some of the hostas get smaller, and I have had to dig them out. These here seem completely unbothered, and I'm going to leave them here until they show signs otherwise. I put in some more pulmonaria in 2 spots. There's another one right there. This is blue mouse ears. I have a painted lady fern. And oh, this is Amy Elizabeth. Look at that, the blue on the outside. That is Menden Hosta Farm outing day. That was years ago. This is Fire Island. That looks a lot more interesting early in the spring, but it's still pretty right now. A nice clump of tiny tears. And this is my favorite hosta. And this is my favorite hosta. This came from O'Brien Nurseries in Granby, Connecticut. It is, goodness gracious, it is my favorite hosta. What is not to love about this hosta? It is so pretty. And there's Endless Summer Hydrangea behind it. This is Gooseberry Sunday with the red petioles. Another fragrant hosta behind it. I do have them everywhere. A Japanese forest grass that I put in right there. So the Japanese forest grass came from my friend Nell, who gardened well into her 90s, and I miss her terribly, and she is with the Lord right now, and someday we will garden together in eternity. This is Tiny Tears again. I know, isn't it a great little ground cover? I love this. And let's see, This is Color Festival. That is a beauty. And this is where we are right here is pretty deep shade. This is Gentle Giant with the oak leaf flowers on it. A Gentle Giant, I think, would be happier in more sun. It's always kind of leaning that way. I think that it would be happier if I moved it, and I will someday. And another fragrant hosta behind it. Still, goodness gracious, look at it, lights up the area. It really does. And our last little hosta viewing for today. This is Big Daddy. I love, love, love this one. And then something, I don't know how it happens, but Big Daddy is in the back there too, and I didn't plant it, but it's definitely Big Daddy. And these hostas right in here, oh, is there only one? No, there's another one over here. So a woman that I worked with years ago when we moved into this house brought these, and I don't know what kind it is, but they are just your run-of-the-mill green hostas, but they are special to me because they were a gift, and I love it when people give plants as gifts. This is Great Expectations, and it is a beauty. It probably is runner-up to a favorite. Guacamole. Guacamole is also so pretty. And we've got some Patriot framing, and oh, did you notice that there is Wild Impatiens in here? Yep, I let Wild Impatiens go wherever they want to go because I get poison ivy really bad. That is why. And that is my remedy for poison ivy. You can see another one of those green hosta back there. And then there's another Big Daddy and another variegated dogwood right there. Red twig variegated dogwood. Oh, I just remembered this. This tour would not be complete without showing you another hosta, and this is a hosta that is very common. A lot of people have it, but this is another one from my grandmother who would just, you know, dig plants right out of her garden, give you pieces of her plants so that you would have them. And here we are many years later, and I have them, my sister has them, and I'm sure a lot of other people have them. But this very white hosta, which started off as a little tiny piece from my grandmother. And they are beautiful. So thanks for joining me today on my walk around in my shade gardens and taking a look at my hostas with me. And don't forget, I want to know your favorite hosta and the one that you paid the most for. Okay, and you don't have to be a collector to enjoy hostas in your shade garden. I want to know if there's a place that I should check out in the New England area to buy hosta, because I love a good destination garden center, and especially one that specializes in hostas. Check out the open farm days at Mendon Hosta Farm and O'Brien Nurseries in Granby. So thumbs up if you enjoyed it, subscribe, and don't miss out on the next adventure in gardening. See you soon.